Tai Chi seems like a really mystical thing until you learn more about it. The more you learn about it, the more you see that it makes perfectly common sense. Tai Chi is part of traditional Chinese medicine, which understands that there is a flow of subtle energy flowing through the body. When that flow gets blocked, our health is diminished. We have less energy and we get sick more often. The most common way energy gets blocked off is through internal unmanaged stress. Most of our emotional, mental, and physical health problems can be traced back to stress or blocked energy. So when we go through slow motion movements of Tai Chi or the relaxing images of Qigong exercises, we are allowing the body to let go of the tension or the stress that blocks energy flow. This tape will introduce you to both the sitting Qigong or relaxation therapy exercise and to the warm-ups and beginning movements of Tai Chi. All are designed to help you let go of blocks and open to a wonderful flow of Qi or life energy, leaving you alert yet calm and energized yet relaxed. As we age, we begin to squeeze off the flow of life energy by holding on to fears, unrealistic perceived responsibilities, grudges, and prejudices. This results in our bodies holding on to muscle tension, our hearts working harder, and our bodies wearing out prematurely. So practicing Tai Chi is about letting go so the healing energy can flow through our relaxed mind and body, maximizing our health potential. Before we begin the sitting Qigong exercise, it will help if you realize that Qi, or life energy, is a very real part of you. There are many ways to measure Qi, or life energy, but Kirlian photography has captured images of it. This image shows a leaf that was photographed, but what is amazing here is that about the top third of the leaf isn't there in physical reality. If you look closely, you can see the tear line where it has been torn off. So what you are seeing is an image of the energy aspect of that leaf, or its Qi, or life energy. This image shows that our energy flow is affected by our behavior. The two images of the same woman's fingertip show her in a healthful state, where the energy smoothly emits from her fingertip. However, in the other image, it shows the result of her drinking a cup of coffee and smoking her very first cigarette. As you can plainly see, the energy flow is disrupted, to put it mildly. Although many of us don't smoke cigarettes, our energy flow is disrupted by our stress responses to the world changing around us, plus our everyday normal challenges. However, Tai Chi and Qigong help us cultivate a feeling of well-being as seen in the smooth energy image. We all know what that state feels like. It's those days when you wake up and everything's just clicking, just the way you want it to. Every paper wad you throw lands right in the center of the trash can, and you know it'll land there before you even let it go. Most sports have a name for this state of optimum health and performance, or smooth Qi. In basketball, they call it being in the zone. When a player is in the zone, they feed the ball to them every time because that player almost can't miss. So we all know what it feels like to have smooth Qi or be in the zone, but we don't know how to make it happen. Each day is like a crapshoot or a luck of the draw. Sometimes you wake up in the zone and sometimes you don't. More often don't. Tai Chi and Qigong help us learn how to live in the zone on a daily basis, rather than once in a while. This last image here is very important to the sitting Qigong exercise we're about to do, because it shows that the energy can be directed by our thought. In one image, the man is thinking of sending energy out of his hands, and you can see how the energy spikes out from his fingers in that one image. It's important to realize the man isn't doing this the way that we normally think of doing something. He's not going or straining in any way. He just thinks of the energy flowing out through his hands and then just lets it happen, enjoying the nice feeling it produces. This is an important point because it runs counter to the way that we've been brought up, to think that anything worthwhile must be hard, that we have to put our shoulder to the wheel and our nose to the grindstone to make it happen. The energy doesn't work that way. In fact, the instant you try to make the energy flow, it gets cut off, because by trying, you begin to tighten up your muscles, which squeezes off the flow of energy. So in a few moments, when we begin this exercise, I'll invoke an image of a soothing flow of lightness or energy pouring through your head and brain, cranial muscles. You'll want to think of the image for an instant and then let that go, to just sit back and enjoy the pleasure of the energy's relaxing release as it pours through you with no effort on your part. One last point before we begin this wonderful sitting Qigong exercise. It is good to get our minds in the mood. So realize some basic truths about physics, and that is that we are all energy. That's what Einstein's famous equation of E equals mc squared meant, that everything in the universe is only made of energy. Actually, we are mostly made of empty space, or energy field. If you could somehow get rid of all the empty space or energy field that humans are made of and smush all the atomic particles together from the whole human race, we'd all only add up to 1 grain of rice. And that's it. Makes you feel a little lighter, doesn't it? As if the wind could blow right through you. I did a presentation at a senior center in Kansas a few years ago, and a feisty woman in her late 90s came to class late, so I had to hurry up and bring her through this explanation. I told her, "You're energy, I'm energy, and the whole universe is made of nothing but energy." She listened attentively, seeming to hang on every word I said, until finally I asked, "So what do you think?" She looked at me and replied, "Sonny, you've got a vivid imagination." And we laugh at her response because we know just how she felt. These concepts kind of split your brain in two. The idea that we are only energy and mostly just empty space. However, it's all very true. In fact, in some children's science museums, they have what's called a particle chamber, which is filled with an ammonia mist that attaches itself to cosmic particles falling through space. The plaque on the chamber explains there are cosmic particles falling through space, through the roof of the building we're in, right through our skulls, brains, organs, and through our feet, right down into the earth as we sit here. When you look in the chamber, you see there are literally a blizzard of these particles flowing through us, almost as if we didn't exist. The reason I mention this is, again, to set the mood. It helps us realize that we are not solid and impenetrable mass, but we are open and permeable, so that chi, or life energy, can flow through us just as easily as it flows through the air around us. In fact, the only thing that can limit the flow of chi is a thought limitation. So when I invoke the image of a soothing flow of light or relaxing energy flowing down through your head and brain and face, you may think to yourself, this skull is solid mass, so that energy can't flow through it. Then your tiny cranial muscles will tighten up a little bit, and you will limit the flow of energy and its healing benefits. Therefore, just sit back and enjoy the following sitting Qigong exercise without worrying about how to do it, because the Qi will flow through you easily and effortlessly just by your willingness to let go.